In the Karoo Desert, in an oasis surrounded by a tangle of thorns, lives a herd of zebras, who have exclusive access to the only lake in the area. One day, when he realizes that Lungisa is about to give birth, when they realize that only half of Khumba's body is striped, everyone is horrified and starts making fun of him, except his parents, who consider the little guy to be perfect just the way he is. From the day Khumba was born, the rain clouds disappeared and, as time went by, the lake began to dry up. That day, while walking alone in the oasis, the young animal meets a praying mantis and the insect draws him a map in the sand. Then Tombi shows up to see if his friend is okay, but Khumba considers himself responsible for causing the drought, so he believes he deserves to be excluded by the others. When he leaves, the young animal approaches the fence and comes across some oryx asking for help, because the old animal in his herd is ill and needs water. In order to help them, the zebra decides to open a passage and allow the animals to cross the fence. In doing so, Khumba comes across a large herd and is surprised to discover that there is a whole world to be explored on the other side of those thorns. When they notice the presence of intruders in the oasis, the whole herd gathers to form a barrier and prevent them from approaching the lake. So the oryx decide to leave, and as they are crossing the fence, a hungry leopard appears. While attacking the antelopes, the feline smells the young zebra and walks towards it. Immediately, Khumba tries to lower the branch and gets his father's help to close the fence. After the scare, Khumba goes to visit his mother and brings her some food, as he knows that Lungisa is not in good health. Realizing that her son is upset, she decides to reveal to him the meaning of his name. Lungisa says that, according to legend, the first zebras to exist on Earth had completely white skin and no stripes. One day, a young zebra went on a journey through the vast Karoo Desert and, at the bottom of a huge mountain, he found a magical lake. This young animal then decided to swim in the lake and, when he came out of the water, his body was covered in stripes. He was proud that his skin was different from the others, but when the rest of the herd saw his stripes, they all decided to jump into the lake and look like each other. He immediately runs to look at the map drawn by the praying mantis and comes to the conclusion that the insect was trying to show him the way to the magic lake. Hours later, Khumba sees all the zebras gathering around his mother and discovers that she is eliminated. Seeing the suffering of his father and the rest of the gang, the young animal feels even more encouraged to set off on his journey, hoping that if he gets stripes, the rain clouds will return. When he crosses to the other side of the fence, Khumba comes across an African wild dog and Skulk says he can take him to the magic lake. After a few minutes of walking, the pair come across Mama V and Bradley. Just then, other wild dogs appear and decide to devour the zebra. Skulk's initial idea was to use Khumba as a bargaining chip to get water from the zebra shelter, but when he realizes that his friends have banded together to attack Khumba, the dog joins the rest of the pack and surrounds the animal. However, Mama V decides to protect him and attacks all the predators that try to get close to him. Thanks to her enormous size, the wildebeest